And the directions tell us to do two things. We're taking this special right triangle that's a 60, 30, 90 degree triangle, and we're going to solve for the missing side using tangent. I'll explain why tangent in just a second instead of sine or cosine. But then we're also going to take a look at the rules of a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle that we've talked about in the past and see if we can figure it out that way and how they compare. Okay, so the first thing that we need to recognize, if the 60 degree angle is the one that I'm given, this side that's listed as 4 is the adjacent, and the x over here is going to be the opposite side. Okay, so I'm not going to deal with the hypotenuse, which means I can't use sine because that's opposite over hypotenuse. I can't use cosine for the same reason, that's adjacent over hypotenuse. What I do have is the adjacent side and the opposite side. That's right here with tangent. So I can say that the tangent of 60 degrees in this triangle is the opposite, which is x, over the adjacent, which is 4. And then if I multiply both sides by 4, I'll have x by itself. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 times the left-hand side, which is tangent of 60. 4 times this side will leave me with just x. Now, the tangent of 60 degrees, you could plug that in and get a specific decimal, or I should say a rounded decimal, but you might also remember that we found it was the square root of 3. Okay, so really this is 4 times the square root of 3 is what this value is going to be. And again, we could get a decimal if we needed to. I'm going to leave it like this just to show you that it does compare with the equations that we saw with these special right triangles. Remember, there were two equations that we can say are always going to be true in a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Hypotenuse is always going to be twice the short side, or the long leg, which in this case is x, is going to be the short side times the square root of 3. We'll plug in what we know there. The long leg is x, the short leg is 4 times the square root of 3, and you can see right here x is the square root of 3, or we found it using the tangent, x is also the 4 times the square root of 3. So either way is going to work to give you the same value.